good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever this may find you. Today we're going to be looking at some of the Breachers updates that we're getting in patch 11.7. We're going to jump right into it. A lot of it is just going to be more quality of life bug fixes and changes that we're going to be seeing today, but we are seeing some more on the roadmap and what Breachers is going to be bringing in the future as well. Starting off, they added a couple features here in patch 11.7. We are going to see the server browse filter option, so we can toggle on and off custom games, make it a little bit easier to group up. I think this is going to be really nice for competitive play in particular, or joining up on your friends on custom lobbies, because now you can just toggle it on and off. One thing I think this is also going to be nice for is currently you can only have so many friends, so a lot of these lobbies are joined. I know people on Discord, and I join off the custom games because I can't join right on their lobby simply because my friends list is so small. You can only have so many friends currently in Breachers, something I'd love to see them add here in the future. Another thing we're going to be seeing here is the EMP respawns when putting it in an inaccessible location. So I know there's certain spots on skyscrapers where you can actually take the EMP, throw it, and you will no longer be able to recover it, and you just have to win the round with kills. I'm sure there's other spots as well. That's the only one I've personally found, but I'm glad to see they're looking at that as well, try and stop some of the trolls and keep the community healthy. Now, a lot of this patch in particular is actually going to be looking at bug fixes. It's primarily focused on bug fixes. Again, this is a patch. It's not going to be a major update, but we do get to see some of the roadmap changes on what's going to be coming in future Breachers. I'm not going to be going over all of these simply because most of them are mostly just quality of life issues that won't affect gameplay too much. Some things, though, that we are going to see is there's going to be some gadgets that aren't going through walls, shooting from inside the walls. There's a drone glitch where you could step outside your character's body. One thing I'm excited for, they actually stopped the button press where you can hold down the button and prevent the match from starting. That will no longer be in the game. They were able to remove that as well. Shooting through the concrete walls with the Marui and Taurus. Something that I think maybe the Taurus keep it. I kind of liked being able to shoot through walls with a higher penetration weapon, especially when you're probably not going to hit the headshot. You're shooting through concrete. Yes, it is a concrete wall, but make it more viable, because I feel like the Taurus right now is just not as viable of a weapon. The Marui is just kind of outshadowed by the Vezin. Lower fire rate, being able to have higher wall penetration is something that can make it more viable. Instead of nerfing it completely, though, not shooting through concrete walls, possibly change it into more of reduced damage or not being able to shoot through all the walls, but make it be able to shoot through walls still that the Vezin can't shoot through. You can no longer shoot through the mirrors on Skyscraper, and you can no longer shoot through the concrete wall next to the counter on Factory. So a lot of walls were no longer to be able to just spam through. And they did fix getting more quality of life, getting stuck in crouch speeds, able to place the EMP on non-intended spots on Skyscraper. Something that my team personally, we've been looking at doing some nasty, interesting plants. And some of these we had a question of, is this plant allowed? We're going to have to hop back into some custom games and see what exactly they removed, because some of it might not have been intended, turns out. We also are going to be seeing some improvements to the bots, because the bots right now are so awful. Anytime I see a bot, it is the last alive. It's just the most boring end of the round. The bot's probably just going to sit outside, not do anything. But we are going to see some improvements to the bots. So now the bots won't be moving to the breachables when they can't blow them up, so they aren't just going to walk and stand in front of a breachable, which is going to be really nice. Bots not repelling in Kill House. The bots not repelling is going to be really nice. They're going to be a little bit more aggressive in Kill House, a little bit smarter in Kill House. The bots not crouching correctly, so we are going to see those changes to the bots. And then we're actually going to see a bunch of changes as well to the dead players, or the ghosts. So before, the ghosts could see the text of the EMP, so that's something they're going to be fixing. Ghosts seeing enemy laser sights, another bug that wasn't intended. I mean, obviously, when you can call out to your teammates, hey, there's someone here, I see their laser, definitely not intended in the game. And the ghost seeing the EMP when it's being planted. All of these things are going to be fixed as well. They fix some menu stuff with loading, so loading is going to be a little bit smoother. The UI is going to be a little bit better. Again, mostly just quality of life bug change fixes. We are going to see some more improvements to crouching. The smooth crouch is no longer going to be glitch when auto sprint is on, so that's going to be fixed. And firing a weapon while ADSing with auto sprint should now cancel the sprint. That's something that you can no longer have auto sprint on and be full sprinting while firing. I know when you raise your rifle, you go to a slow speed. If this is going to mean when you're shooting down, now even if you have the gun shooting aimed in a downward position and you're sprinting, if you fire the sounds like that, is going to cancel the sprints now. We're also going to see many changes here to the UI, so we'll have to hop into the game and check that out. We have some more improvements. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about some of these. Some of them are improvements, some of them are a little bit different. The first one we're going to see is the healing syringe recharge audio will only play for the local player. So this is one, it's good because you can be sneaky now. You know, if you're in a really intense situation and an audio cue plays, just a little click of the healing syringe alerts someone to your location. If you have your audio turned all the way up in the game like I do, I noticed that and was able to get some nice kills with it. Now that's no longer going to be a thing, so one, it's going to be nicer for trying to sneak around actually using those healing syringes, only playing the audio for the player who actually has the healing syringe. The EMP is going to have a higher minimum amplitude to avoid flat lines. You're no longer going to get the really flat line on the EMP. It's going to be a little bit higher, so you're actually going to have to twist the dial, possibly going to make planting the EMP take a little bit longer, a little bit more technical, instead of just getting the flat line and automatically planting right away. The EMP is going to have louder diffuse start audio, so when someone starts diffusing, it's going to be a lot louder. You're going to get that audio cue sooner, which is something that I'm excited to see. Again, I love the audio cues in the game. The EMP is only going to be able to be planted at a player level, so we aren't going to be seeing as many of these crazy plants. Again, Skyscraper, a lot of those plants are going to be fixed, so we aren't going to be seeing a lot of crazy plants anymore. EMP diffusing phase sounds now match the progress as well. So this is something I'm super excited for. Now it sounds like when you start diffusing, you're going to hear the beeps, and you're going to hear as they diffuse at the different phases, so you know how close they are to diffusing, which is going to be really nice when you're in those 1v1 clutch situations, that you're going to hear them start to diffuse. You can possibly not peek, you know, if it's a fake, you can hear when they start diffusing again, knowing if they advanced in the diffusing progress. And we're going to remove unfair and unintended EMP plant positions in the hideout basement. You could get on top of parkour and then plant up on the roof. Apparently that wasn't intended. I thought it was a really good plant. Apparently that was considered unfair. So we'll need to hop back in and see what other cheeky things we can possibly find. But it does sound like the EMP bomb plants are now going to be a lot more consistent. You're not going to be able to see some of these weird strategies. And now we're going to be talking about the new roadmap that they just put into the game as well. So this is just on the whiteboard in the lobby. If you want to go check that out, you're going to see it in the whiteboard on the lobby. So we're going to have, again, minor updates is kind of what they're first focusing on. The quality of life bug fixes, they're always going to be working on this. There's always going to be new bugs. I mean, games are going to have bugs, players are going to find exploits, and they're always going to be taking care of that, which is nice to see that they're taking care of these things. They are looking at having a bot takeover online mode, so bots should hopefully no longer just be taking over entire lobbies, where you have a lobby just full of bots after everyone leaves. They're looking at adding a party and queuing system, so that will be really nice. And then preparation, progress, and competitive updates. Then we're going to be seeing progression updates. These I'm super excited for. We're going to have a leveling system, casual leveling, so not ranked. New weapon skins, opening up the armory. So hopefully we'll be able to see some of the weapons more, be able to use the weapons in the armory. Curious to see what the armory is actually going to hold. Scoreboard is going to be redesigned, and XP and rewards. So again, more progress for playing the game right now. You play a match, you win it. There's nothing if you win or lose. You're just getting practice, or you're enjoying the game. Really, it doesn't matter what you're doing nothing with your life, because there's no leveling system, there's no XP, and I'm excited to see something give me more of a reason to play this game. Right now, all I'm playing it for is for leagues, I guess. I'm getting ready for leagues, and it'll be nice to see them add some more incentives to be playing the game at a casual level, even, because I know a lot of people aren't going to be in leagues, and potentially might get bored of the game, as there's nothing to really push towards. And so it's nice to see this progression update where they're going to have some things to push towards. And then after we get the progression update, once they've implemented after they've implemented the leveling system, the weapon skins, the armory, the scoreboard, and the rewards, we're going to be seeing the competitive update. So this is where we're going to get the ranking system that everyone's been asking for since release, since the alpha. Everyone's been wanting a ranking system. And we're going to get a ranking and an elo system, ranked matchmaking, and then achievements as well. So I'm super excited for this, to get these achievements, get the matchmaking in here. And the competitive update, I think, is the one we're all really hoping for. The progression update's going to be super cool as well. And then again, with the new map, Yacht is going to be here as soon as it's done. We'll throw up some screenshots of Yacht. It does look like it's going to be a Rainbow Six styled map. Looks like it's going to be a little bit more of an interesting map with some longer sight lines on some of these long hallways, but very, very narrow and a very tight map, similar to Skyscraper. I think it's going to have a similar Skyscraper feel and possibly be a little more defender-sided, depending on how many points of entry we have. That is going to wrap it up, though, for today's video on the Breachers 11.7 patch. Super excited for this patch and seeing that Triangle Factory is taking care of this game. They want to try and create a good environment. They're making sure all the little things are getting fixed, but they haven't overlooked the fact that we really want a ranked. Please put ranked in the game, and we're super excited to see that. I'll make sure to keep you guys updated. If you guys like this style of content, please let me know. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this video. If there's something I could improve on, again, leave a comment down below, and I'm super excited to read every comment, and I do try to make good content for you guys. If you guys want to catch me live, you can catch me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/ripsterxx. There will be a link down below, as well as a link for if you want to check out any of these patch notes yourself. You guys have a great rest of your day.